everyone, and welcome to your tutorials for this week's routine. Today we're going to put some focus on the leg series. There was quite a few questions that came in about that. We're doing a kneeling on all fours. We're kind of doing this little booty kick, and it can be such an incredible exercise for the leg. A really easy way to get sore quickly, super effective, but you have to make sure that you're doing all the pieces right. So today I'm going to guide you through those steps to make sure that you have everything that you need to feel this leg series as you should. The first thing I want to cover today is your setup and making sure that you are comfortable on the mat and you know the best place for your body. So a couple things. Number one, if your knees are bothering you, I want you to feel free to double up your mat so that you have a little extra cushion. If you find that this is not enough cushion to support your knees on the floor, go ahead and grab a pillow, a towel, any type of extra support underneath the knees so that way your body feels good. As for your arms, you can do this exercise down on the forearms or up on the hands. Now, if you choose to move down on the forearms, it will most likely protect the lower back a little more because you'll have less tendency to arch when you do it. If you take this move up on the hands, it will probably be easier to release the neck because you have more length coming up from the floor. So those are the two spots you can go with your hands. As for the leg, I'm teaching this with a bent knee. You can also do it with a straight leg. Now, I don't really like to say that one is harder or easier. I think that the bent knee makes it easier to get sensation, while the straight leg is going to be harder to keep the hips stable. So you should play with both of those and see which one you like best, see where you can get the most sensation. Like many exercises at the Become Project, this one is less about movement and more about stability. This is one of the hardest concepts for people to get the hang of because our natural reaction is to think bigger movement equals feeling it more. And that is not the case. It's one of the biggest fitness lies. Well, there are a lot of fitness lies, but that's one of them. Okay, so I want to show you something here. Here I am in my setup. This is what it looks like if I were to focus on movement. I want you to look at my hips here. Do you see that drop of the hip? Do you see how my torso is really wiggling around? If I do it like this, I'm not going to get that heat, that tremble, that shake that we're looking for. And you know what else? I'm also going to feel it in my standing leg. Watch the change I'm about to make. Look how small that is. My hips never move. I'm getting so much ab work here. My glute is staying engaged, and I'm lifting out of my opposite leg. So for those of you who were stating that you're feeling it more in your standing leg, what I just showed you in the last video is actually part of that reason. Now I'm going to show you it from a different angle. This time I'm going to do it up on my hands so that way my upper body doesn't impede the vision of my hips. So I want you to take a note here. If I'm doing too much movement, right, I'm going down. When I cross, if this hip drops, I'm going to be sinking into this leg. Watch, this is the wrong way. You can really see how the hip drops right there. I'm in my standing leg and now I'm coming back. So this is the wrong way. Eek! And this would be the right way. Holding everything in, leg goes down, it crosses but nothing changes, then you tap it back and lift. Now, this is the key. Every single time that your leg crosses, it will help if you think about using this inner thigh. Push this inner thigh toward the other inner thigh, this way, so that you don't tend to sink this way. So now we know how important the setup is. We know that we need to keep our range of motion small. We know that we need to prevent the hips from wiggling around, keeping them super, super stable. If you're still having a hard time engaging the glute, I have something for you. I want you to get a hand towel. You are going to fold it first lengthways, like this, and then you're going to roll it like this. Perfect size, okay? Take this towel and place it in the crook of your knee, okay? Then you're going to think about squeezing the towel. So not squeezing, squeezing, all right? And then you're gonna see if you can do this whole series holding onto the towel the entire time. And whoo, I can tell you right now, that should fire you up. And that's all I have for you today. Lots of love from me and our CPOs, the Chief Pet Officers. Papa and Sen. Hi.